Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. We're going to do technical analysis on oil, natural gas, and solar. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm getting very, very bullish on solar. I did kind of load in a little bit, up in my bets. Up in my bets. Remember, I'm riding tan hard, and I'm up in my bets in a couple of these that I'll show you in this clip. Oil, if we can break to the upside, is going to look fantastic. But there's a but here. Not a B-U-T-T, but a B-U-T. This but is hinging on the dollar. The dollar is getting stronger, and that is a headwind for oil. So we'll see what happens. The oil stocks themselves actually look pretty good. They are withstanding the pullback with ease. They look very good. So if oil were to take off here, and I'll show you the chart, we could have a big move. So I'll show you what I'm looking at. Again, this is just my financial opinion, guys. It's not advice, but this is kind of one of my favorite areas to present here because I think it looks pretty compelling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a trend line here. And what I'm looking at here is this trend line that runs through here. I'm going to sit it right on the top. Well, if I can go down a little bit, doesn't. Okay, here we go. Come on, go down a little bit. Come on. It's like snapping me all over the place, guys. But either way, it should be right hitting these contact points here. And if we break through this here, oh my goodness, this is going to be a big move. There's a lot of resistance here at 70 something bucks, 73 probably, 70, 73. We break up like around 80. Oh my goodness, we'll be gone. We will move a very large amount, I think. Very large. So there's your point in the line in the sand. We're trying to break that. And natural gas, it already broke out of its long-term pattern. It's been moving on up. It's probably going to have to relax a little bit, get a little bit of a pullback in it, kind of calm itself down a little bit. But the dollar, this is what I'm seeing on the short term, this big bullish engulfing. It was up again today. It's at 93 something. We could head higher here. And it depends on where this thing hits, because we've got a whole bunch of resistance up here that it has to break through. And, we've got this here. We've got all this resistance above here, and we're right at 93.17 right here. So we're going to, if it breaks through all this, in the short term, it's going to be some hurt on the commodities. If we hit it and we roll back over, it's game on. It's game on for oil and natural gas and all the commodities. So we'll have to watch this. We'll see what happens. SM Energy, it doesn't look horrible here. I mean, I would have liked a little bit smaller down day than this. But we came on up, big up day, 2 small down days. We'll see what happens next trading day. It's going to be important. If this thing moves on up, we could see a rocket launch. So I'm not calling for the rocket launch. I'm just saying it could potentially do it. And if the dollar strengthens and we get all this resistance, it could also head on back here. A Centennial Development, 2 small down days. I like when they do this, where you got a up day, 2 small down days. It's like it's prepping to move on up. Let's see what the dollar does and what oil does. Reconnaissance Africa is also setting up for a move, which I think could be higher if we get the right conditions. I think we'll rocket launch. I like these little wicks on the bottom. I'll call them little, what would they be? Little rocket ships. Tetra Technologies, same thing. It's not looking too bad. So I think it's just, they're all waiting. And the overall sector kind of looks like this. SD, this is a natural gas company. I think it's, doesn't have any hedges in place. So this thing's done very well. I don't know if I'd buy it up here, but I'd wait for it to come on back. And Comstock has been on fire. Again, I'd wait for it to come on back here. I think we're going to do a little bit of a pullback. Now, TAN. This thing's starting to get me a little bit excited here, guys. This is what I'm seeing here. We got the pullback done, and we're pulling on up now. If we can break this other line coming through above it, I think this thing's going to roll. I think that this is looking fantastic to move higher. Volume starting to step in. I like it a lot. DQ, another one that is in tan. It's coming across, big move up, and then the sideways move. I think we're going to move higher at any point here. Let me throw in a candlestick here. And I'm not like pro any of these, but see how it broke that, guys? This thing's going to launch higher, I think. Any point. SunPower's starting to gain some steam. We can kind of break through this area. It's game on. Sunworks is starting to gain a little bit of momentum. We're going to come up, see if we can break. SOL, one of my SOL, and I'm not talking about, you know, the swear word SOL, but it's gaining momentum, guys, and it's up to you on what you want to do. But let me see if I can throw in a trend line here. Let me see if I can take it from about here. See what we got. This looks fantastic to potentially bust at any point now. Beam is also gaining some momentum. The volume's starting to step in. I like it a lot. And fuel cell, this thing's crazy, but I loaded into fuel cell here. I'm ready to ride this thing higher at any second. Remember, this thing is incredibly volatile, and you better strap in because this thing is a rocket ship if it gets moving. And then I bought Plug Power. Plug Power, and this is the move, the bullish engulfing. It comes up, leak off of sellers. It didn't quite go all the way back down. We're starting to see people come in and buy it. I think this could be a good effort try here because we're starting to break through these things, and I'm getting pretty bullish on it. So just wanted to show that. You know, I wouldn't think I'd be saying I'm bullish on solar, but if that's where the money's going to go, if they're going to dump into solar, and solar's been growing like heck, I'm not going to fight it, guys. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to look for the charts, get entry points like I have. I'm going to ride these things up. Last time, some of them went up like 500-600% in like a month or two. So, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. If we get a huge short squeeze here, I'm gonna ride it with some money. And then what I'm going to do is when I see a topping pattern, I'm going to put it into a free ride and then continually do it in other areas. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully we get a big move here. Hopefully we get a nice short squeeze. Oil, if oil moves up, I think we're going to see a big move there as well. So perhaps these two are related. We've got oil and solar. Natural gas already took off. Uranium took off. And maybe these are the laggards. Maybe oil and solar are primed to go. So I'm loaded up in them. You know, I have full disclosure. I own all these ones that I showed you in the end. DQ, Plug, Fuel Cell, Beam, SOL, SUNW. I own all those. I put a couple grand in each or more, and I'm going to ride it. See what happens. So let's see what happens next week. I'm pretty bullish on those solar companies. I'm bullish on TAN. I'm riding TAN pretty hard. And we'll see what happens over this next couple weeks. Should be pretty fun. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.